you happy with your life? Do you feel good?
Are you lactose intolerant?
Are you looking for something all natural?
Well, then we have the stuff for you. And don't forget, enough is never enough.
Enough is never enough with this stuff, but let me tell you, I was watching this movie and I've had enough. Let's dive in. Now, today we are talking about not the favorite character I've ever seen in a movie, but one of my favorite characters I've ever seen in a movie. I aspire to be like this man. He has charisma. He has confidence. His name is David Rutherford. He goes by Mo Rutherford. Why?
They call me Mo because every time they give me something, I always want Mo.
I wish I was Mo like Mo, to be honest.
I think everybody would benefit from being a little bit Mo like Mo. The movie's about this product called The Stuff, and the stuff is 0-calorie, organic, like we said. People love it. They eat it up. Marketed beautifully.
They can't get enough.
They can't get enough of the stuff. And so
it's crack.
It's crack. It's an analogy for crack.
I wouldn't doubt that, because it takes place during the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's nice. It's got it's a mediocre movie. You're watching it, but the movie has a lot of undertones and messages that it wants to convey. They didn't understand the whole tone, what you could do with it. It was fun. It's a fun premise.
It definitely should be more of a comedy / parody, other than it trying to be a little more serious, which it definitely tried to take it in the direction of at some points.
I think it was successful at being a horror movie towards the beginning, and then once they got the militia involved, then it kind of went downhill and was more ridiculous. And then I think it would have been more suited as a comedy. But the beginning of it honestly reminded me a lot of Stranger Things season 3, with what are they called?
When they're all possessed by
Yeah, exactly. They're all possessed, and then they turn into the monster.
Yeah.
By eating the chemicals. It's very similar. It's like
but the stuff was already the monster. They took it away. Maybe that's why it's fucking everybody up. It's like, I just want to chill in my little boiling, bubbly pit. Quit taking me away. And it keeps trying to break out to go back to its
I'm pretty
pit.
sure it was trying to grow and spread. Like most organisms, their only goal in life is to reproduce. And honestly, if they had a hive mind kind of thing going on, like they do in Stranger Things.
I didn't really get that, though.
That would have made more sense, and they could have kept it more, I think, of a serious movie. Like, they could have ended it, really.
The movie tries to be too serious. It doesn't have enough fun.
That's my problem with the movie, is that they try to be too serious. I mean, yeah, you can have a message along with keeping the same tone throughout a movie.
I just didn't like the end, to be honest. I liked the beginning. I think they could have gone somewhere else with it.
I think the first 45 minutes are solid. And I think Sam has a good point. One of the big problems with the movie is the shift in tone. It's not necessarily one tone or the other, but you can't do it like this. You have to be more skillful with your tone shift. There has to be a reason for it to happen. With this, it just feels like they show up to this guy's castle fort with all of his ex-military buddies called
mercenaries.
And he asks them for help to destroy the stuff and to blow up the factory. What?
What? That's where it took a turn for me. That's the part that I didn't really enjoy that much.
The movie started as like a espionage spy thing, like companies trying to get information
with comedy sprinkles, which is good,
which is fine. That's it. A lot of dramas do that in general,
which is good. It keeps a light tone, but I mean,
that was my whole point. Was that it starts like that and it ends with this ridiculous militia overthrowing. Not even an.
It basically turns into A-Team Gone Airplane.
Yeah,
that's what it turns into at the end of the movie.
It's just more just A-Team.
And let's talk more about the ending of the movie, because it doesn't really end. I mean, that organism's still alive and it bubbles up through the earth at different places. He even said we'll just have to go and bury it whenever it happens or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still on the market, being traded in the black
you can't
market.
Get rid of crack.
That's what I'm saying.
Crack's always going to be there. There's always going to be someone that's going to make crack.
That's why I think Stranger Things executed it more, or it just executed it better, because it was like a hive mind and there was like a queen bee kind of thing. And once that queen was taken out, the rest of them
What are you
die.
talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck
the
you're
fuck you
talking
talking
about
about?
right now.
Are
There's
you
no
still talking about
queen bee.
Stranger Things?
I am, yeah.
Why? Why are you
We're
talking about
the
Stranger
stuff
Things?
right
Because it fucking applies to this. I'm saying
Not this much.
I know, like.
I think so. So
Like, we already, like,
would you
talked
let
about
me fucking explain, please?
You have already explained the correlation between the stuff and Stranger Things.
I explained the correlation. What I'm saying is
What
the
he's saying
ending.
now is like it could have been better if they were more like Stranger Things 3.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, actually.
All
It's
right,
not
well, thank you.
relevant.
Anyways,
No, you don't get any more talk time.
no, I'm
You're done. Your talk time's
I'm fucking talking. Yeah.
So Stranger Things 4, and how could it be influenced by this stuff?
Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm just saying they didn't end it well because the stuff is still alive. They could have put a bow on it, and they didn't.
A bow?
Yeah, they could have wrapped it up.
You don't put a bow on crack?
You don't put a bow on crack, and you also don't put a bow on potential sequels, because I guarantee you that's what they wanted to happen.
Really? With their fucking half-assed green screen, they expected a sequel.
Dude, they expect sequels out of everything. A lot of bad green screen.
Lot of
It's
bad
not.
green
It's not necessarily a bad thing for a movie to have green screen, but when it's bad,
When
it's bad.
done that poorly.
I think it's just a product of its time. Like back then, it would have been acceptable. Or do you think back then it's?
I think
that's kind of horseshit.
No. I think back then it was a little bit better, but at the same time there are like.
I still feel like people back then would be like, I've seen movies in the 80s. Like they had movies
Exactly.
back then that didn't have special effects that were that shitty.
Like Star Wars.
Like Star Wars still was pretty rough, but it still wasn't that rough.
Yeah, it was.
Like the original.
Yeah, it was.
Like I said, it was like 75% green screen. It wasn't like half-ass. Let's talk about Mo Rutherford some more. So Mo Rutherford is an ex-FBI agent. He was fired from the FBI for being too cool, in my opinion.
Too much swag that Mo.
Yeah, dude, Mo had too much swag to be in the FBI. So he just becomes this corporate espionage agent, and he gets himself hired for a bunch of different industries to dig up stuff for them, you know. And he's like,
corporate
yeah,
secrets.
he's like, for sure. Go ahead and hire me. I'll take your money and I'll do some research for you. As he's doing research, oh, someone else wants to hire me. Sure, I'll take your money. Goes back later. He's like, well, I guess you're here to throw my money back in my face. No, I spent it.
Spent your money.
No, I spent your money.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know. The Colonel was more confident than.
No, the
even Mo.
Colonel. There's a difference between being confident and being wackadoo.
Being wackadoo / overly cocky.
Yeah.
He was definitely overly cocky.
He was. Mo Rutherford knew what he had, and he strutted it.
We got a sidekick character, Jason, the little kid, kind of looks like Tony Hinchcliffe. And
You mean Kill Tony?
Yeah, so you have to spend 30 seconds looking it up like I had to. My time is valuable. 30 seconds, I could have jerked off.
Time is money.
His family died.
They did. They all died. They ate too much stuff, and then they became the stuff, and then they
Look,
died.
man.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm giving this one a copper.
I thought, we're not going to talk about Jason at all?
Nah, dude, fuck that kid.
Fuck Jason, copper.
Copper.
I mean, I'm going to give it a copper.
It's a copper.
A little faster pace, okay? Let's get a little movement into this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the golden line of the week goes to...
Gosh, let me, that's a sweaty palm. That's two sweaty palms. Let me feel. Ah, that's another sweaty palm. Yes, sir. Hello, sweaty palms.
Like and subscribe. Make sure you know the bell icon. It lets you know. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. We've been the Real Diggers. Go ahead and tune in next week. We're going to have another video that we talk about another movie. Hopefully it's better. This one wasn't too bad.
Bye.
Bye!
I'm the only one who isn't bullshitting.
Okay, well, step up. You're not bullshitting. Get close.
Here's the deal. Just drop a like and a subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure that you get your notifications for our videos, and that way you'll be happy all the time, and not just some of the time when you happen to come across us randomly on YouTube.